"Get the hell out of here, old man," the biker yelled, his voice echoing through the half-empty roadside diner. Plates clinked, forks paused, and every head in the room turned toward the booth in the far corner. There, hunched over a single cup of black coffee, sat a frail man in his late 70s. His military jacket was faded, the patches threadbare, but the medals still gleamed faintly under the fluorescent lights. He didn't flinch at the biker's voice. He just looked up, calm, steady, and said softly, "This has been my table every Sunday morning for 12 years. The biker scoffed, slamming a gloved hand down on the counter. His buddies chuckled behind him. "I don't care if it was your throne back in Nam. You're in my seat now, Grandpa." A few booths away, a mother quickly hushed her children. A young couple lowered their phones. The waitress at the register froze, unsure what to do. And then, with one sudden motion, the biker stepped forward and slapped the veteran's hat off his head. Gasps echoed around the diner. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." The veteran leaned down slowly, picked up his hat with shaking hands, and placed it carefully back on his head. He didn't say a word. He didn't need to. His silence said everything. The biker stood there, puffed up with mock pride, grinning as he looked around for approval. But none came. The silence wasn't for him. It was for the man he just humiliated. The veteran didn't move. He reached into his coat, pulled out a small flip phone, typed a few buttons, and set it down on the table. His hands were steady. The kind of steady only men who've seen real chaos can master. Then he waited. 25 long, tense minutes passed. The biker and his gang laughed, slapping each other on the back, oblivious to the shift in the room. No one else ate. No one dared speak above a whisper. And then the door opened. 4 figures stepped inside, camouflage uniforms, combat boots, steely postures, and behind them a man wearing a black beret, tall, broad, sharply dressed, with command in his stride. The veteran lifted his eyes. The man nodded. "Hey, Dad." The old man smiled faintly. "Thanks for coming." The biker, now visibly uncomfortable, stood slowly, trying to keep the same bravado. "Who the hell are they?" The man in the beret walked forward. His uniform bore the bars of a high-ranking officer, a colonel. "Colonel James Hartley," he said, "commander of the 3rd Special Forces Battalion, and son of the man you just disrespected." The biker rolled his shoulders, looking for a fight. "You can't just walk in here playing soldier and threatening people." One of the soldiers stepped forward, younger but stone-faced. "With all due respect, sir, you laid hands on a retired combat veteran and war hero, Colonel Hartley's father." "And that makes this our business," another added. The colonel stepped closer, lowering his voice so only the biker could hear. "You slapped a man who once dragged 2 wounded soldiers through enemy fire, with a bullet in his leg. He trained generations of soldiers, saved lives, sacrificed more than you'll ever comprehend. And all he wanted was to eat his breakfast." The biker swallowed hard, the laughter from earlier gone. "I didn't know." "Now you do," the colonel said coldly. The biker took a step back, then another. "I'll just leave." "You'll apologize first," the colonel demanded. The biker hesitated, then turned toward the veteran, voice awkward. I'm sorry, sir." The old man looked at him, his gaze clear and unwavering. "You're not apologizing to me," he said. "You're apologizing to every man and woman who wore this uniform and came home to a country that sometimes forgets." The biker nodded once, then rushed for the door. His gang followed, silent. As they left, the colonel turned to the diner. "I want everyone here to know, that man is a hero. Not because he fought, but because he still carries that burden with humility. And today, that humility was mistaken for weakness." The waitress returned, setting a full plate of breakfast in front of the veteran. "It's on us," she whispered. The old man smiled gently. "I didn't serve for free eggs, sweetheart." She smiled through tears. "No, sir, you served so we could even have them." Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? As the colonel and his soldiers joined the veteran at the booth, the room slowly erupted into applause. Not loud, not dramatic, just real, the kind that starts from the heart and ends in silent understanding. Later, as the colonel helped his father to the door, the veteran paused, looked over his shoulder at the crowd and said, The uniform doesn't make the man. But sometimes, the man still wears the uniform, even when the world forgets. Because respect isn't something you demand, it's something you stand for. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.